Hi guys, I'm Dr. Nina Shaffie, multi-award winning specialist orthodontist at the Sandford clinic. If you're watching this video, it means you've just had your braces fitted and most likely thinking, oh my God, why did I do this? But you know what? You've got this because everything you need to know is in the video. Plus, if you want to download the paper instructions, you can check out the link below. Now, let's talk about what's inside your kit. So, you're going to have a few different brushes and things in your kit. So let's talk through what brushes you have. So I love a Colgate zigzag brush. This is a manual brush that you need for cleaning around the braces. If you have an electric toothbrush, it's not a problem, you can still use it. But I do prefer doing final brushing using the manual brush because you can maneuver it better around it. Then the second brush is your single tufted brush, which I'm going to show you how to use. Then you've got a pack of purple TP interdental brushes, and we're going to talk about those as well. Then you've got your pink interdental TP brushes, and the reason we've got these sizes I'll explain later. Then you've got your sample toothpaste, and you can use anything that you like the flavour of as long as it's got fluoride above a certain dosage, which is written in the ingredients part there, and the dosage is 1450 ppm, that's part per millions, so 1450 ppm of fluoride, then that will be fine. Anything less than that really isn't suitable for orthodontic brace wearers. So you've also got your best friend, which is your orthodontic wax, and we'll talk through that as well. And you've got fluoride mouthwash. So let's talk through the brushing. When you're brushing, really important that you start from one end, finish on the other, so you remember what surfaces you've brushed. So we're going to start with our Colgate zigzag manual brush, and we're going to go from underneath first, and I always like starting underneath, but you can start from top, it doesn't matter. So we're brushing underneath the brace, and these metal blocks are called brackets. So you're going to brush underneath the brackets and doing a mild rotation all the way around to the other side. Flip the brush over and you're going to do above, rotating all the way as you're going across, making sure that your bristles of your toothbrush are engaging inside those and around the brackets. So we've done under and we've done above. Next, you want to go behind the wire and in between the brackets. So to do that, we're going to use our purple TP brush. So a little tip with this is you bend it in and you go behind the wire, and you don't need to push the whole thing through. You just push the tip of it in and you scrub the left and the right, and you go all the way across, left and right, and you do every single bracket all the way to the end. So once you've cleaned in between, then you want to go with your single tufted brush, which is a long handled brush with condensed bristles, and what you do is you do a little gentle rotation on top of each bracket, a little wiggle, just to make sure that there's no plaque or food stuck on those. Once you've done that, then you can go all the way across and just brush the brace as a whole, and then do your own teeth as well. So don't forget the gum line. The gum line always harbours a lot of bacteria and food. So when you're doing the gum line, you want to angle your toothbrush 45 degrees into the gum and do a gentle massage, rotating all the way around, and then making sure that your bristles are gently sweeping across the gum line. What you don't want to do when you're brushing the gum is go really harsh, because you are going to recede that gum. And gums are, just think of them as fragile and thin. If you really scrub it too hard, it's going to recede. And once you've lost your gum and it's receded, you can't get it back again. So gentle on the gums, but hard on the brace itself. But you also want to brush between every tooth and between the gum. And that's where most of people's cavities or patients develop cavities. It's in between the teeth. Because food goes in there, it gets stuck, and then it's not so easy to see it to actually remove it. Brush in between, you're going to need either a interdental small brush, or you're going to need the platypus flosser, and I do love this. So I'm going to start with the interdental brush. A little tip with this is, if you are using your interdental brushes, you can dip them into some toothpaste, and that will help introduce fluoride between your teeth. And then you just go in and out between the gum and the teeth to introduce fluoride and brush out any food or bacteria that are stuck there. Now, if your gaps are too small and you can't fit one of these brushes in, then you can use a platypus flosser. And the platypus flosser is designed in a very specific way, in that it's got a really skinny curved end that is designed specifically for orthodontic patients, and it goes behind your wire, so you push it down and you pull back up, and it will floss out any food that might be stuck there. You've also got a small pointy end, and that's great for just poking out little bits of food that might be stuck in between. So how do you know if you're doing a good job with the brushing? Well, there is a way to test yourself, and it's using these things called disclosing tablets. And if you've got any kids, you can have a lot of fun with them and do little competitions. But what you do with this is you brush your teeth to the best of your ability. Then you take a tablet and you allow it to dissolve and melt inside your mouth. And just suck on it and use your tongue to spread across all of the teeth. And then you have a little look in the mirror. So if you look like that, it means you've not brushed those areas. So the idea is you go over it again with your toothbrush, you improve your brushing, you brush over it. And then the next time you do it, try again and you should improve. If you're not improving, it means you need to look at my video again and reassess what you're doing with the brushing. Now, I wouldn't recommend using the tablet within the first 24 hours of having had your brace fitted, just because the glue can sometimes be a little bit fresh and then you don't want to end up staining everything purple. Let's talk about the mouthwash. Now, the important thing about the mouthwash is that you use it once a day at a different time to brushing. Now, I know when you watch TV and you're probably thinking, oh my God, I've been doing it wrong my whole life, and you probably have been. But that's because when you watch TV, they show you a model brushing their teeth, swishing with mouthwash, and that's the wrong advice. What the key with mouthwash is you have to use it at a different time to brushing, because if you brush your teeth and you're rinsing with mouthwash, you're washing off your toothpaste, and your toothpaste isn't going to work. The whole point of using toothpaste is to introduce fluoride to your teeth and to also, of course, help with the antibacterial effect. If you're then rinsing, whether it's with water or mouthwash, you are rinsing away the antibacterial effect. So it's not going to be as effective. So please, when you're using mouthwash, use it at a different time. And once a day, you take a cup full, swish around for a minute and you spit out. And that's it. And it will introduce fluoride to your teeth. And this is really, really important when you're wearing a brace, because you are more likely to get cavities if you're not good with your diet or your brushing. So the fluoride will help prevent that. When you're looking at what dose to buy in the supermarket, always go for 225 ppm fluoride, so that's 225 parts per million of fluoride, and always no alcohol, because alcohol is not good for your mouth. So let's talk about what you can't have. So no to toffees, no to fizzy drinks, and chewing gum. So these are three things that are a no-no. They will wrap around your brace, they're going to kink the wire and also cause breakages. So please do not eat chewing gum, toffees or fizzy drinks. Now, fizzy drinks, they have acid and sugar, and they can cause some major damage to your teeth in that they cause cavities. Now, I know you can get sugar-free drinks, but please don't have them either. They've got a lot of acid, and that can cause acid damage or acid erosion to your teeth. So things like chocolates, you know, if you have a sweet tooth and you want to have a chocolate, I would say no more than once a week, ideally. If you are going to have chocolates, it's got to be room temperature. Please do not have chocolates with toffees in them or crunchy nuts. So it has to be room temperature and soft, and no caramel or anything sticky. Nuts, if you like a nut, please don't have them whole. They are too hard, they will end up breaking your brace. So please have your nuts crushed up, blended into a smoothie. I don't mind how you have it, but don't have them whole. The other things are, you know, pizza crust, you've got to be careful. Toast, if it's really crusty, it can break your brace. Hard breads, granary breads, baguettes, you know, seeded breads, again, all of these will break your brace. So if you like your bread, you know, just have normal bread, rye bread, but as long as it's soft. Crisps or something like a snack, then please, again, don't have anything crunchy. So soft things like What's-It or, you know, hula hoops are an absolute no-no. Crinkle crisps are a no-no, so it's got to be soft enough not to break your brace. So things that you can have, mashed potato, soups, pastas, these are really good brace-friendly food. Fish, chicken. If you're having meat, be careful it doesn't have bone on it, because a bone, especially if you nibble on it or you crunch on it, it's going to break your brace. Steak, make sure your steak is soft and it isn't chewy. Again, that's going to break your brace. Breakfast, you know, what you normally have for breakfast. So, you know, egg, porridge, mushy cereal, anything that's soft is absolutely fine. So, you know, you will find a way that works for you, but the key is reducing your snacking. The last thing you want to do is, you know, constantly being grazing and eating throughout the day. So I always recommend no more than 3 meals a day. So breakfast, lunch and dinner. And if you really want to have another snack, then have something that's a little bit healthier, like maybe bananas, or something a little bit more brace friendly, like cheese, just something a bit more neutral. If you are going above 3 or 4 meals a day, you are going to end up with problems, because every time you eat, just remember, your mouth goes under attack from the sugar and from the bacteria, and it takes about 45 minutes to recover. So if you're constantly grazing and eating, whether it's sugar, whether it's apples or lettuce, you are constantly under attack and not allowing your mouth to neutralize, and that's when you get cavities. Talk about what to expect when your brace is first fitted. So the first couple of days, it is going to ache. You're going to get tenderness. You're going to have, a bit of pain. It's totally normal, and everyone's pain threshold is different. Some people need to take painkillers, other people don't. If you really want to have some painkillers, then take paracetamol. So whatever you normally take for a headache is fine. You can take ibuprofen, but I would just avoid that if you can. I prefer paracetamol, and that's because ibuprofen in some studies have shown to reduce the speed of tooth movement. So please just go for something like paracetamol. A little bit of wobbliness is totally normal. I know you're going to think, oh my God, my teeth are going to fall out. They're not, so don't panic. Everyone does that in the first couple of days. A little bit of wobbliness is good. It means your teeth are moving. So, don't be worried. It's totally normal. In the first couple of days, sometimes weeks, sometimes for some patients it can even extend to a couple of months, you can get rubbing and some ulcers. So there's a couple of ways to prevent that from happening. And one is, if you notice a bit of rubbing, use a little bit of orthodontic wax, and that's how it comes. So you take a chunk off, you warm it up, so roll it between your fingers so it's nice and warm and soft. Then grab a tissue and dry your teeth, and the next thing you do is literally any area that is sharp or digging into or scratching into your cheek, blob it on, and all it does is it acts like a cushion to stop the rubbing, and that's how you prevent an ulcer. Now once you have an ulcer, there's a number of different things you can get from the supermarket: Bongella, E-glue gel, Ambisol gel. There's lots of different things from the pharmacy you can get. But the essential thing is prevention is better than cure. So if you use the wax, you are less likely to get an ulcer. Now once you get an ulcer, it takes about 7 to 10 days for it to recover, so bear that in mind. Thank you for watching, guys. If you found that video useful, please like and subscribe to our channel, and you can check out some of my before and after cases on Instagram on Dr_Nina_orthodontics. Keep your eyes peeled on our YouTube channel for some amazing and exciting content coming up really soon. See you later.